This is Us Explained, Season 2, Episode 17. This big, amazing, beautiful life. The show sets aside its usual structure this week and gives the entire hour to one character. Deja, the teenager currently staying with Randall and Beth Pearson. Randall is a black man adopted at birth, now fostering in turn. Beth is his wife, reluctant at first and then quietly attached. This episode traces Deja's full biography. Born to a 16-year-old mother named Shauna, raised partly by her great-grandmother Gigi, cycled through the foster system twice, from birth to the night she and Shauna finally stop running.
This episode sets aside the usual structure. No alternating timelines, no Pearson family A-plot. It's Deja's biography from birth, one continuous thread, built around how a person arrives at exactly where she is.
And the show earns the departure. What we've seen of Deja all season, guarded, alert, always carrying something, turns out to have layers. The first real surprise is Gigi, Shauna's grandmother. Not a major character, but the reason Deja survives early childhood.
Shauna is 16 at Deja's birth, the father already gone. Gigi, Shauna's grandmother, is the one who shows up. Bills, bedtime stories, holding Shauna accountable. She's effectively raising both of them, and does it with real warmth.
Right. And when Gigi dies, both of them lose that anchor at once.
What follows is a slow role reversal. Deja managing the household, while Shauna struggles to stay present. The moment that tips everything. She's alone making Shauna a birthday dinner, cuts her hand on a can opener, can't reach her mother, goes to the hospital alone.
And Shauna shows up a little late, smelling of alcohol. Linda from Child Services is already waiting. The episode doesn't code Shauna as a villain. It shows someone who was never ready and still doesn't know how to be.
Deja goes into the system. First placement is with the Millers. The father is physically abusive. She meets Raven there, another foster kid, funny and protective, her closest ally.
Raven is the episode's most complicated minor character. By 9, she'd stopped counting beds. Her conclusion? Endure the known abuse, because the alternative, more moves and more strangers, is worse. That's not pathology, it's experience.
Raven talks Deja into shoplifting. Caught, Miller beats Raven. Deja tells Linda.
And Raven is furious. That's the moral knot. Deja's disclosure is protective from one angle, a betrayal from another. Both of them are reading the situation correctly from where they're standing. The show doesn't resolve it.
Shauna gets clean, Deja comes home. Lonzo follows, from rehab, erratic, bringing a gun into the house. And that's when Deja's hair starts falling out. The alopecia from earlier in the season starts here.
Stress absorbed through a kid's body because there's nowhere else for it to go. Does Shauna see what's happening to Deja physically? Or is she just not looking?
She doesn't get the chance. Police pulled Deja from drill team practice. Shauna's been arrested. A gun found in her car. Deja goes to the Pearsons, but charges drop and she returns to Shauna.
That second return feels almost hopeful. Lonzo's gone. Shauna says she'll get it right.
For a moment it holds. They build a small savings. Then Shauna drains it, bailing Lonzo out of jail. Deja goes to Randall for help without telling Shauna, heat off for weeks, and tries to pawn Gigi's brooch, but walks away.
That brooch runs through the whole episode. It was Gigi's, the one object connecting Deja to someone who loved her unconditionally. She cannot sell it.
Randall and Beth return from their trip and find them sleeping in a car.
And then, the scene that changes things. In the Pearson house, Shauna watches Deja laughing, at ease, acting like a kid. When has Shauna ever seen that?
Shauna breaks down to Beth. She's been leaning on Deja since she was 5, treating her daughter as a lifeline, making her feel responsible for everything. She finally hears what she's been asking of a child. The question she can't answer. Who puts that weight on a kid?
The decision to leave Deja with the Pearsons is framed as love. Shauna can see what she cannot give, and what the Pearsons can. Choosing that is the most self-aware thing she does in the season.
The last image belongs to Deja. She reflects on how many beds she's slept in, a number she stopped counting. But then she pivots. Every person on earth goes to sleep at night, wealthy and poor, whatever they're lying on, and everyone has pain and something that helps.
That's the thesis the episode builds toward. The parallel cuts to other characters at the same life stages. All of it lands there. Deja isn't claiming her suffering was ordinary. She's finding a connection to everyone anyway.
Shauna leaves. Deja stays with the Pearsons. Deja's wariness, her alopecia, all of it has a source. Randall and Beth are, in all but name, her parents.